Good evening, Melrosians the world over. I'm Tom Catalini.
I'm Sam Hammer.
And I'm Tom Shampoo.
And this is Let's Talk Melrose, a show where Melrosians talk to Melrosians about Melrose. And there's three of us talking, 50% more than last week, but we're still 25% shy of a full load here.
That's excellent math. That was great.
Yeah.
Math.
I think Jen's 26, 28%. I don't think she's a straight quarter.
It's not
a little more.
It is the
I'm the 22%.
The skills and talents are not evenly distributed across the panel. That is true.
That's been evident for 185 shows, I guess, right?
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Goodness.
I'm kidding. Hey, welcome everybody. How's everyone doing? Hey, I was out of the neighborhood for the weekend, for the long weekend for us.
How dare you?
So I was away, right? But hopefully you all had a nice weekend. I know there was a couple of events. Sam, you went to something on Saturday night?
I did. I went to a few things.
That's what you do, right?
Yep. In the evening I started at SIPS for scholarships for the scholarship fund.
SIPS for scholarships.
Susan Sullivan was on. Yep. She was on the show last week telling us all about it. They were sold out. It was
great.
a crowded room. And yes, definitely recommended. It was a lot of fun. I'd never been actually inside of Bellevue before. So I was grossly underdressed. And it was wine and some beer and spirits. So I'll just say this one story that there was one vodka distillery that for Halloween they had taken some of their vodka as it was whatever vodka does to like chill out. What does it do? Like seeps, it just hangs out. Whatever vodka does to hang out.
Right.
They put them in haunted houses.
That sounds scary.
It was terrifying. Awesome. So the spirits could get into the spirits.
I see.
I didn't look at the bottles. I didn't touch the bottles, but
you had a little shot of spirits.
I did, but of non-haunted.
Not the haunted spirits. Okay.
No.
Right.
Hey, you were at Bellevue. That's pretty fancy. Was this a black tie event?
It wasn't, but I did dress for the second thing I went to, which was the band competition. I was more so dressed for that at Bellevue. I think it was like business casual. I think that was fine. If I would have changed my shoes and maybe not worn a zippy hoodie, I think I would have been okay. But I was great for the band. It was perfect. So yes, congratulations to the Band-Aiders and the Melrose Band for hosting a band competition last weekend. It was not raining at the time, but in order to accommodate for potential rain, they had the competition inside. So no marching, but everything else. And it was awesome. They did a great job. So
nice.
That's awesome. I didn't do any marching, but I did take a walk around town this weekend, and I did a little bit of remote reporting. And if y'all are interested, I got a 1-minute video clip with some pretty in-depth information here.
Let's do it.
Okay, so there's a lot of chatter on the community page about the development coming up here at the old Caruso site, and I'm just taking a walk by to take a look. People are disagreeing about the new development. There's no parking spaces. There's a difference of opinion. There's a lot that's been discussed about this site over the years. So I'm just taking a quick walk by, and I think I'm basically glad that something is happening, because I'm not sure the current state is super desirable. Oh, look, there's a parking lot right there. So I don't know what the parking plan is for the new development, but there seems to be, if this is associated with that spot, something there. Maybe that's not their land. I don't know. There's some space around back, but yeah, there's some space around back here. So I have no idea what the plans are. I'm not an architect. I'm not a professional. I've read none of the details, but I don't know. Doing something here seems like a step in the right direction. Hey, you think there was enough content to disclaimer?
I love that. I know nothing about it at all, but here's my opinion anyway.
I'm just really grateful for our tasteful graffiti, Melrose. Thank you very
Yes,
much. I was
It's
got a little
nice.
tasty for
worried.
sure. I had a
I,
quick question. As you walked by, I was wondering, I couldn't help but wonder if the psychic knew they were going to close that building down.
that's a good question. That's a good question. So I will share with you all since that reporting, I was inspired to do a little Googling and found out that there's going to be 4,300 square feet of retail space, 18 units, 1 and 2
Yeah,
bedroom.
yeah,
They're
yeah,
going to have a nice roof deck that can hold up to 49 residents to have, you know, all
events
kinds of
and
parties and things. And
yeah,
there
yeah.
is not parking. And if you want to see the site we're talking about, it's the old Caruso's right across from El Pond. And
So for orientation, oops, sorry, Tom. I was
oh,
going to jump back to that real quick.
yep,
Just for orientation, Main Street goes north, right? So it's right there on the corner of Main Street and East Emerson, and so that's how it's oriented, I guess. Yeah.
yep. And then that's some snippets of what the new installation is going to look like. So,
Wow. Yeah, that's
yeah,
great.
yeah.
I feel like this is one of those times when we talk about Melrose kind of growing, and there's so little opportunity for Melrose to grow with residents in mind. Um, that this feels like, I guess this is how we do it. We take a small piece of land and we try to go up a couple of more stories and add places to live. Right? It's happening over by Shaw's. It's happened over by the library. Like the builders are doing as much as they can on these small squares of property.
Tremont Street, I guess they're tearing down a 3-story unit and putting up a 21 unit mixed use building over there.
Yeah.
So that's on the docket at the planning board or whoever
Yeah.
decides that stuff. So yeah, I think that seems to be the trend. We're going up.
I do appreciate how there is retail on the first floor. I think it's really important to have places for people to go and buy things if we're going to be housing them above. And also, Shampoo and I were doing a little investigating ourselves before the show. If you can go back to the map, we were super curious about, I think it's 709 Main Street, the parking right above that. It is one parcel. And I think Catalina, I think you found that it was a municipal lot.
Oh, that is the
Mary
yeah,
Livermore School
yeah,
parking.
yeah, and it's read somewhere municipal lot.
So
So
that's just public parking. That parking lot is
I
like
don't know
so
how that.
park there for like Molly's or something. The bookstore.
I don't know.
Huh.
I'm
I
going to
don't
try
know
to
the
phone a
rules and
friend.
yeah, I don't know the rules and regulations on that. So I
Right.
mean, this is listen, my knowledge expanded dramatically from the taping of that video to this moment, but let's not get crazy here.
Right. Right.
All right. I just asked a friend. We'll see if we can get an answer before the show ends.
All right, and
Um,
we do have a friend coming on after the news. We should mention Corey Thomas, who's the chair of Melrose Responds. He's also a city councilor. He's going to talk to us about all the things in a little bit.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right. Are we moving on?
I think it's time for the news.
Here we are. Before we get into our local news, just a moment of seriousness. We do want to acknowledge that the events, the war in Israel, the attacks in Israel, tragic everywhere you look at it, and just never an easy thing to have to see happening in the world. It's just really, really a shame, and our thoughts and prayers go out to everybody affected and afflicted by the war over there in Israel.
Yes. Thank you, Tom. And we always talk about how sometimes global issues don't impact locally, but they all do. We do have some friends and neighbors in Melrose with some loved ones who are unable to leave Israel at this time. So if it impacts the Melrosean, it's Melrose business. So
right.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's just horrifying, even if you don't have a direct connection, just to see, the humans treating each other this way. It's just like kind of unimaginable things happening every day, and it's hard to process.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for that, Tom. Okay, let's see. Back to local news. I was asking you, Sam, if you had a black tie event at Bellevue, because I think we all have an opportunity to go to a black tie event this weekend at Memorial Hall.
Indeed. It's the Gala. It's here. We've talked about it for months. Bill Butler's been on talking about this and other events, but I'm looking forward to it. We're all going to be there. It should be a lot of fun. Still hoping the weather holds out so it's a nice evening, but we'll see.
Oh, for the red carpet, yeah.
Yes.
We have to. It's not just going, but it's entering. We have to be there to kind of show up and enter through the red carpet and make it an event itself. Should be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Be a lot of fun.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Is it going to be a cool night? Is it going to be hot?
Costume accoutrements and
I don't know that you'd call it a costume. I definitely think this could be worn several more times.
Oh,
so
nice.
I've invested, $50 in something that I think is maybe pretty fantastic. I don't know. We'll find out. So yeah, but the accessories are just as much.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
But I'm excited.
Nice.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. All the proceeds go to improve Memorial Hall, and it should be good for a bunch of laughs and money for a great cause. And
A bunch of laughs. Who are you laughing at?
Who's laughing?
Serious.
I'm serious. That's right. Exactly.
oh, this is a hoity-toity thing. I have to be on my best behavior. Okay,
Right.
I might have to do.
No one has high expectations, Tom. So don't. It's okay.
Okay, yeah, because I've already made certain commitments that are irreversible
You're
at
not,
this point.
you're not going to behave yourself.
No, financial commitments to wardrobe and whatnot.
Oh, I have too. I
did
as well.
Yeah, so I've committed to a certain aesthetic for the evening. So we'll see how that shakes out.
All right.
But I can carry it in all contexts.
You can carry everything almost anytime you need to, Tom.
I'm the guy that can
pull it
go
off.
to a black tie event in a t-shirt and jeans and pull it off. You know what I mean? You know that. All right. Let's see. Other things happening around town. We wanted to acknowledge that October has been proclaimed Domestic Violence Awareness Month by the City Council or the mayor. Somebody made a proclamation. I don't know the details. But the important thing is Melrose Alliance Against Violence was acknowledged as part of that for their 27 years of service in reducing domestic violence through education, outreach, and support. And they are running their annual walk on October 22nd. And we will post the link.
Yes, we will.
Not right. And we also have this coming weekend. We also have a special anniversary. It's the family-friendly fun event with the Friends of the Fells. That's a giant alliteration. I don't know who put that down there, but thank you. So the Friends of the Fells are celebrating the 30th anniversary this Sunday, October 15th at Greenwood Park, which is over across the street from the zoo over there. There's some parking. Folks, as Tom and I pointed out, our kids played soccer over there in years gone past. I believe it's a 11 to 4 or noon to 4. But we have a website with some details information. So please go out there and join the Friends of the Fells as they celebrate their 30th anniversary. The Friends have been promoting the conservation, appreciation, and sustainable enjoyment of the Middlesex Fells since 1993. And they are very excited to celebrate with the guided hikes, family-friendly activities, some music, service projects, and a community art program as well. So visit fells.org to learn more. And we were thrilled because they actually came out. Friends of the Fells were there for the Oktoberfest beer garden a couple weekends ago. So that was nice to get a chance to talk to them then as well.
Oh, yeah.
That's fantastic.
They were aggressively recruiting.
They were, and happy too, because people were excited.
So, in other news, I wanted to tell you both that I had some business down at City Hall today that I took care of. So I'm not sure if you were aware of that. I was up on the second floor of City Hall in the Cassidy conference room to tend to some business.
That's where our meetings are for the Historical Commission.
And that's why it's a historic spot. It is also the spot where you were able to get a flu shot today in Melrose.
No kidding.
Yes.
Is that what you did?
Yeah, I went down and got the flu shot down at City Hall, and it was nice. It was convenient because they did a walk-in service, so you didn't have to pre-register or anything. But then I kind of wish I had pre-registered, because if you don't pre-register, you got to tell the guy all of your personal information out loud in front of everybody. So it's it's fine. There's no major secrets there, but I'm kind of waiting to be hacked. I'm turning on multi-factor authentication all over the place now.
No
So
kidding.
we'll see what happens. But there's a bunch of other dates on the Melrose City website or somewhere where they have them in Melrose and Wakefield. There's a number of dates and locations over the coming weeks. Too many to read off here. And you can also email health@cityofmelrose.org or give them a call with any questions. So
And these are all, just to confirm, these are all flu, not COVID. So this is all
this
flu
was flu.
shots. Good.
This
Make
was
sure
flu.
folks are-
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
I got to figure out what to do about my COVID shot since
I
I
think
recently. Since I recently had COVID, though, I think you're supposed to. And so what I've been doing as a result is rather than call my doctor, I've just been wondering what I'm supposed to do next. But I think what I might want to do tomorrow
that
morning
is a good way to go.
is
Wonder
write a
out
note
loud.
to contact a professional in this. Because I think you're supposed to wait 60 or 90 days.
I don't know.
I think it's
Doctor
90 days.
Dr. Google can also just tell you.
Yeah, yeah.
But I do prefer Nurse Wonder. She's amazing.
I think if you wonder to yourself for 90 days, you'll be okay.
Yeah.
Well, the answer will come if I'm quiet in a room with my eyes closed. I think the answer will come.
Right.
So
and
that's
then
all
for
I
other,
got.
That's good. I did a double dose in my left. I got a flu and a COVID at CVS. So
Nice.
the
Nice.
appointments are there.
I have not had my shot yet, but I'll schedule it after the show tonight. I'll schedule the flu and the COVID shot.
It might
I
take a
do
few
that.
weeks
I
to
do
get an
that
appointment.
before you get into the gala and everything gets out of hand.
Right,
But
okay.
for other events that are coming up this weekend, check out the Melrose Creative Alliance website. It has everything you need to know about what's going on. That's all I got.
Excellent. Always good. Okay.
Oh,
That's
I
'cause you're
got
our guest. Oh,
yeah, I
okay,
got
good.
walk up
Yes.
music. Hold on. Hold
okay,
on.
good.
No
All right.
introduction. Okay, we go. Ready?
Oh, walk-up music now.
Yeah. All right. I was not a fan of that choice, but we'll take it, I guess.
What do you mean? You're getting ready for the weekend.
Oh, that's right too. I forgot about that part. Yeah.
All right, Corey. Welcome, Corey. How are you? You're still muted. I can't unmute you.
We might be able to. There we
Sorry, I did that. Good evening. I'm watching a baseball game in the background.
go.
Who's winning?
Texas Rangers.
Oh, okay. Go Rangers. Welcome to the show. Glad to have you here. This is fantastic.
Happy to be here.
We have a big
First time,
topic to chat about.
long time.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's it. Nice.
That's more of a
You-
radio thing, but
You're the first person who said that to us, which is really great. I love
Wow,
that.
188 episodes. That's right.
I'm a trendsetter.
So, when the show started, Corey, we used to be in the actual MMTV studios. This is
Yeah.
back in 2019, and
Yeah, pre-COVID.
pre-COVID, all of
Mhm.
that, and one of the original concepts of the show was to have the old-fashioned phone line where people could call in, and it was fun. We got a few calls, and it was worth a few laughs. Now we just get the comments on Facebook and whatnot, but I miss the call-in element.
Yeah. The
Most of
possibility.
Most of the Facebook comments are neighbors I've seen of you guys.
Yeah.
Oh,
how
this
it
is we call this a hyper-local show.
Well, thank you for coming on.
yeah.
And very grateful for you serving as the co-chair of Melrose Response, which is the committee to help pass the debt exclusion for our public safety buildings. How did I do?
Very good.
Thank you.
Absolutely. This is a subject that's very near and dear to my heart. I had a health emergency, and I took full advantage of the quick response time of our fire department.
Yeah.
That's what should we know about what this campaign is doing? I mean, I think everyone here is a resounding yes. And if we're not, well, I'll cut them off camera now. But what should we know about the campaign and how things are going?
Well, what we're looking for is a yes vote for all of our Melrose registered voters. A yes vote on November 7th will help encumber the funding needed through a debt exclusion to renovate and build new police and fire stations in Melrose. renovate the fire headquarters on Main Street, and build a new police station. Sorry.
Where's
As
that
well
going
as
to? Where's the police station going to be again? Do we know, or is that this just
that's to be
conceptual?
determined. This is just trying to allocate the funding to build
Get the
these
funding.
buildings.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
The final design and the final plans will be determined at a later date.
Now,
So,
what
sorry.
I was just going to ask, like, why do we need a campaign? So I think I don't understand this stuff that as well as Sam and others who are involved in who are more active in politically. But it just seems very obvious to me. So I didn't really have to contemplate this much. But you must feel that maybe not everybody knows enough information or is in agreement. Like, do we have a sense? So why the campaign? Why is the campaign needed for this, Corey?
We just need to make sure that the people are aware that this is happening and this is the time to do it. This is the time to vote. This is the time to fund our public safety buildings and ensure greater public safety for our whole community. Sam, do you want to expound on that?
No, you got it. You nailed it. And I think because it is on a ballot, it ends up being something that the community has to be educated and inspired and convinced to take advantage of or not. So similar to the override, this is also a campaign.
So the override was hard. Well, the override was hard to understand. This one seems very straightforward. Sorry, Tom, I interrupted you twice.
I was gonna say, it might be helpful to back up and tell viewers what we're talking about, which is a debt exclusion. You said, right? So that's the voting on that aspect of it. It sounds like. So if you have a quick primer, 2 or 3 sentences about what that means for people, so they're clear on how this is going to work.
Yes, the debt exclusion is like you're taking out a mortgage on a home. You're taking we're borrowing. We have an A+ rating borrowing. We have A+ borrowing ability in our community, and now's the time to use it. And can only be used specifically for police and fire buildings. It can't be used for roads or schools as much as we might need it. It can only be used. The debt exclusion can only be used for the police and fire buildings.
Okay, that's helpful. Thank you.
What kind of rate we getting on that, Corey? We doing okay? The interest rates have been rising these days.
That's about my pay grade.
So there are some questions that you get that I've heard quite a bit that if you could help us answer. Some folks are curious, why do we need 3 fire stations? Why not go down to 2?
That's a great one. We need 3 because of the dense population of Melrose. Melrose is only 4 square miles, but we have 26,000 people in those 4 square miles. And again, I'm living proof that we need quick response times. I don't know how much you want me to share here or not, but I'm happy to share my story. A lot of people know it. Tom and Tom. Yeah, Tom and Tom. I don't know if you guys know my story, but I was coaching baseball. I'm a longtime baseball coach in Melrose. And more often than not, I can be found on a baseball field. And in June of 2022, I was doing what I always, I've done 1,000 times. I was coaching baseball down at Morelli Field, my son's 15-year-old baseball team. And about an hour into the game, I started feeling unsteady on my feet. I was walking back to the dugout and I was losing balance. One of the acronyms for stroke awareness is be fast. Balance is one of those. I was losing my balance. I was having difficulty with slurred speech. I had no idea what was going on, but luckily people around me knew what was going on. Before I even knew I was having a stroke, there was a nurse, Councilor Garape's wife, Andrea, who's a wonderful person, and it was an off-duty nurse. She saw that I was struggling on the field. She called 911, and before I even knew what was going on, that I was having a stroke, then the ambulance was already on the way, and Melrose Fire responded to get me. And time was of the essence. And Melrose, Andrea Garape and Melrose Fire and Police, they saved my quality of life and may have saved my life, my actual life. Because within 10 minutes of my first symptoms, I was already in an ambulance on my way to Melrose Wakefield Hospital, soon to be brought right into the trauma center at Tufts Medical Center in Boston.
Wow,
I'm living proof that quick response time is of utmost importance.
Wow,
I owe a lot to the Melrose public safety officers.
Thank you for sharing. Yeah, I think I think that's such a crucial point and not to be underestimated. I've unfortunately had to use the service for a severe emergency in the family, and it takes them like a minute and a half to get here, and it feels like it's like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
When you need the help, you need the help. So yeah, I think locating these firehouses strategically throughout the city, just makes a tremendous amount of sense. And yeah, I didn't understand. I wasn't really following that debate about two versus three, whether they were consolidating or just leaving one of the buildings was maybe in decent enough shape. But again, like maybe I'm oversimplifying, but I don't know. You buy a house, you take out a mortgage. Like I get that part for the debt exclusion, and I don't understand what the alternative is. Maybe this isn't like a great forum for debate because it sounds like we're all in agreement. But man, I don't know what the alternative is. Like you just keep having deteriorating firehouses and police stations. I mean, we were on the secret spotlight of small town secrets or whatever on the news, and if you've gone to some of the committee work that's been done, or you look at the YouTube videos that folks, if you get a glance at that, it's like, so I don't know what the alternative is. I don't know how you can not do this. And I also have the feeling that, I am benefiting, we are all benefiting from somebody's debt exclusion from a generation or two ago that built the city. I mean, that's just like the natural order of things. So I hope the campaign is successful. I'm sort of, I guess, lost on kind of why we need it, but maybe we do. People need to be educated. We need to get the word out, that sort of thing. That kind of confusion definitely happens. But I guess I would be very surprised and disappointed if this didn't go through. But
The alternative is a huge decline in public safety. I mean, these buildings are beyond their useful life. They're archaic buildings. Fire headquarters. Anyone that saw the Channel 4 story on fire headquarters on Main Street, in between City Hall and Memorial Hall, it's in rough shape. They're well beyond their usable life.
Right. When you're out and about talking to people now, do you have a sense that people are aware and understand the implications, or are people unsure of what's going on? So, like, how much education do you feel like you guys are getting across?
That's a good question, Tom. A lot of the hesitation, I think, is is this money going to be used properly to build these buildings? And that's where the debt exclusion comes in. This money can only be, I can't stress this enough. This money can only be used for the public safety buildings. We had a similar debt exclusion used for the Melrose Middle School when that was built. And an important note on that, the debt exclusion for the middle school is going to be coming off our budget in 2026 or 2028, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And the debt exclusion for the police and fire buildings will not go in until 2030. Excuse me.
Oh, wow.
So the debt exclusion for the middle school will be coming off in 2028, and the debt exclusion for the police and fire will come onto our taxes in 2030. And everything that goes, when we get everyone's yes votes, these buildings are going to be operational by 2030.
Right.
We're not going to be sitting around waiting for decades for these. These are going to be fully functioning, operational in 6 years, in 2030.
All 4 buildings. Yeah.
All 4 buildings. Yep.
Oh, great. And so, like a mortgage, is this a 30-year debt exclusion plan or payment? Yeah.
Yes.
how come we didn't have to vote on the library, or did we vote on the library? Like that just happened.
So I think with the library, there was a grant
funding
that we
grant,
had
yeah.
to take advantage of, but also we're not borrowing necessarily for those funds. We're able to pay for it out of our operating budget throughout
Okay.
the year, so we
Okay.
can just pay for it.
It was 20 million, I think, total. We got 10 from the state roughly, and then 2 million from the library trustees. And so a lot of it, yes, it was.
We went into the couch cushions and whatnot and dug up some money. Got it.
Shook the piggy bank.
Well, great. So I just saw that you're having 2 public events, like an information session, and for people to come in if they want to come volunteer and learn how to volunteer for the campaign and pick up materials on Saturday and Sunday morning. I think Saturday, if the weather's nice, it's outside of the parklet out in front of Starbucks, and Sunday is inside Cafe Nero, 9 to 10. So people can just pop in and ask any questions they want. You ready for anything?
Absolutely. Happy to have you. Yep. Myself and Alyssa Pesci will be there to answer questions. Alyssa's a good friend of mine, lifelong Melrosian like me, and she's fully on board with this campaign as well. And we need your yes votes on November 7th. Vote yes for public safety.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
That's
It
Is
affects
there
us all,
anything?
and it's sorry. I was going to say it affects us all, and a yes vote is a vote for our future and a vote for our safety, our community safety.
Awesome. Well,
Nice.
head to melroseresponse.org for more information. I'll put that back up again.
Yeah,
Mel,
yeah.
I'm gonna brand it right now. Cafe Nero on Sunday. Melrose Responds GPT. Corey will answer any question related to this.
Yeah.
And he
Absolutely.
he'll write you a story. He will sing you a song. He will do
Put it in a haiku
put
format,
it in
whatever you want.
Shakespearean English. Yeah, whatever you want. Corey GPT on Sunday at Cafe Nero, not to be missed. We should sell tickets to this thing. You kidding me?
Can you answer me, Corey, in the format of Dr. Seuss? Why?
We need fire safety on a plane. We need it on a train. We need
See, look at that.
See?
Just like that. Didn't even take him but 3 seconds to pull that together.
He's faster than that.
And this is after a hemorrhagic stroke. Thanks to Melrose Fire Department, they got me to the ambulance and got me into the hospital quickly. Saved my
Right.
quality of life.
There you go.
Right.
OpenAI's got nothing on you.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you again for coming on. We'll be following very closely. We only have a few weeks, so
Yeah.
thanks for stepping up, Corey and Alyssa. Of course, I really, really appreciate it.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Everybody.
And this is a very important topic, and I'm very appreciative of the time I got to talk about it here. You
Yeah,
guys do a great. You all do a great service for the community.
Thank you.
The top rated online show on Facebook on Tuesday nights about Melrose.
That's
That's
true.
Keep it
right.
going.
That's a
Great
true
job.
statement. That's a true statement. You've read our Wikipedia page. Wow.
Are we on Wikipedia? I'm looking right now.
We need
I want to get. I want to get a mug at Buckaloo's. I'm cross promoting now.
We've round one of the mugs sold
we
out.
sold.
They
We sold out. Let's
Yeah,
put it.
we
Let's phrase it that way.
did. Corey, thanks again. Really, we really appreciate your time and your information and also your effort to volunteer to work through this campaign. So thanks so much. It really is important.
I'm happy to be here. You know, this community's done so much for me and meant so much to me over my entire life, and it's important to give back. And these police and fire deserve our police and firemen deserve more than what our community's been giving them. You know, they give us their bravery and their service, and we need to respond and give them the buildings that they deserve and need.
Yeah,
100%.
for sure.
I'm
Well
in.
done. Yeah, well said for sure.
Thank you.
Well, you
All
do
right.
know how the show ends. So that's how it goes, Corey. He's in. He's in. He's not.
All right,
He's
good.
in. He's in. He's a regular. He knows.
Yeah.
All right.
All
If
right.
you stay till the end, I have something to show you, Corey.
All right.
Am I gonna
On
wind
that-
up a meme? Am I gonna wind up as a meme?
Hopefully, we can
Uh,
only hope. We can't promise that, but we're
Right.
trying.
All right. Thank you, Melrose. We'll
See
see
you
you
around town.
around town.